guys. Welcome back to another week of Mortgage Matters in Minutes. I'm your host, Brent Rasmussen, owner of Mortgage Specialists. And this is my office. If you haven't guessed that by now, I work regularly behind this desk to answer questions on the phone, to meet with people in person. And one of the biggest conversations we have been having lately is what are mortgage rates going to be doing in the future? And that's what we're going to chat about today is we haven't chatted about what rates have done or going to be doing in 2024 since January. So I thought this would be a great time to get all and everyone an update of what's kind of going on, what we're seeing, what we're feeling, all the above. Because I can guarantee and tell you, no matter who you're listening to, there's not a perfect expert in the world that's going to analyze what is going to happen with the financial markets exactly perfectly or nail it. No different than the stock market, no different than anything else we're looking at. Financial markets can always change and anything can happen at any time. But we can also share that we see tendencies that are going to happen and going to occur. So let's first talk about what we've seen this year. So far, rates at the beginning of the year or last year, ended at about middle eights. In January, we've seen them drop significantly again, but then we've seen them go right back up to the middle seven. So currently, they've come back down. We're just shy of 7% on a 30-year loan if you have perfect credit, 20% down, APR just shy of 7.123. And that's what we always have to disclose in regards to mortgage loans is the APR, which is the true cost of the money because you're paying closing costs and other fees. And that's one of the reasons we want to chat about the market trends right now because things are expensive. Homes are pricey, taxes, insurance are more expensive than they've ever been. So people are shopping around a lot more for interest rates. And we understand that. We want to get our clients the best rate and payment options possible. That's always a goal. But can we always guarantee that? Again, it's not possible to do that because unfortunately, what we see much of the times is even though particular banks, lenders, credit unions, and so on and so forth are advertising a certain interest rate, there's always more detail behind that to find out what the true closing costs are to obtain that particular interest rate. So, moving forward here, what are rates going to do and how are they going to happen? Basically, interest rates follow a lot of what the Fed is releasing in regards to how inflation looks in the future and now. Unemployment among the industry nationally, regionally, and locally. Also, GDP, how that's being affected with the gross domestic product in the United States. And then they also look at things like housing starts and other data to show how is the United States economy going? Is it going up? Is it going down? How are things trending? And that's what we're finally seeing now with some of the release that the Fed has giving us is that the data is finally showing negative. And what that means is United States economy, let's just say, to keep it simple, is not doing as well as planned or as well as they want it to go. So, in order to stir the economy, generally they have to lower interest rates to make things cheaper for people to go spend more money. Because, as you know, as you've been out to the grocery store and everything else, that things are very expensive. They're pricey. And we know that's inflation caused by a lot of government spending during the pandemic and many other things. So, what most people are concerned about is what's going to happen in the future. We're going to see rates come down. They're not completely politically driven, but it does make an impact of who is in the White House. And I can always share with you that sometimes a Republican, sometimes a Democrat. It also depends on the financial markets of what is going to occur. Not one president, whether it's Republican or Democrat, is going to be able to change the interest rates overnight and affect the entire markets because it's not something that they have the ultimate say over. It's the entire financial markets. But I can share with you rates are trending down and we're going to continue to see that. It's going to be a slow trend. They're not going to overnight just totally drop rates back down to 3, 4, or 5%. We're going to see them gradually go sixes, low sixes, fives, maybe low fives. I don't see that happening tremendously, but I do see next year come rates are going to be significantly lower than where we're at right now. So, in essence, how is the housing market with rates being what they're at? It's been honestly a pretty slow summer. A lot of people have just kind of hunkered down because of cost of goods and they see rates. But as we've suggested many, many times over, as rates start to drop, more buyers come to the market and means there's more competition. And we don't anticipate anything that's going to affect the supply, meaning we don't see anything that's major that's going to change the amount of houses that are for sale. So, still, even if you're looking at buying in the next 3 to 6 months or a year and you're waiting to time the rate market, it might still be a good time now because as rates come down, you're going to see more people. And again, we're going to be going back to those bidding wars, full price, because, as a rate is cheaper, people are going to say, I'll be able to afford more. So, I'm willing to offer more. So, moving forward here, the last thing I can suggest for you is when you are comparing interest rates in the market, make sure you're looking at someone that's reliable, consistent, just like we see among roofers in all the hailstorms and damage we've seen. Always, we advise our clients to hire someone local in the area that's going to be here to quote the actual numbers. I can tell you can jump online, get all kinds of information from all across the country, but locally here, we've seen lots of problems with those lenders being able to close the transaction on time at the rate chosen with the same closing cost they quoted. For example, I had a client the other day that sent me their cost worksheet of what the rate and the APR was, and there's no mathematical way that the closing costs that were disclosed math into what the APR was. It just didn't work. So obviously there's something left out there, and they may or may not find that out throughout the process, but that was something that they were concerned about as well too. So while we always want to get the clients the cheapest rate, we also want to make sure that at the end of the day, are they getting what was quoted? Were they getting the correct information? Are they getting response time, service levels that they expect among a process that's a very stressful one and people don't go through very regularly? Mortgage rates impact a lot of things, and we're going to see them come back down. We're going to see how that shakes out with the whole economy and whether that, spurts another, big boom here or whatnot. But the stock market continues to rise, home prices continue to rise. So, looking at the variables here, moving forward, as we've always said, make a best financial decision based upon facts, based upon information. And if it fits for you and your family, to make a decision to upgrade or purchase a new house, great. If it doesn't, great. That's fine as well too. But here we'll always be available to educate, help guide you, and give you the answers. Whether it works or not is not irrelevant to us. We just want to make sure and guide you and educate you as well as possible. If you do like the information that we're putting out, please share this, like and subscribe. If you are a real estate agent or realtor that's listening here each and every week, please put this out there for your clients to listen to. It's great social media information for them to have access to. And that's our goal here, is to really educate people based on the actual information, not to sell some people a bag of goods to make money and find out later that a client is upset or mad. And we see that happen among other different companies that might not be in the area that are snowing people with some different kinds of bait and switch tactics. But I'm Brent Rasmussen, owner of Mortgage Specialist. Would love to chat with you at any time. Feel free to call us or check us out on our website or comment below. As you can see, we're quick about responding, and we thank all the commenters for putting in there that they appreciate the straightforward facts, and that's what we're here to do. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you here next time. Thanks, guys. Mortgage Specialists. Driven, trusted, reliable.